Hello and welcome back to Cog Mind Magic. I am Cere'bror, and here we talk about video game characters and their psychology, and we just analyze, what makes them tick. So here we are to dive into complex and sometimes ridiculous characters. Without further ado, we are starting our October edition, where it's just going to be mainly horror characters, people in the horror genre. Why not? It's October, Halloween's around the corner, let's do it. And today's subject, you might ask, the man who looked at humanity and said, nah, I could do better. The sunglass wearing inside the umbrella's golden boy, the full-time megalomaniac, Albert Wesker. Yes. Now, Wesker isn't just evil for fun. He is the embodiment of the human ego gone rogue. And today we're peeling back the layers of his perfect little DNA strand to find out how he became the walking definition of control issues. Now let's start back from the beginning. Albert Wesker started life as part of Umbrella's Wesker's Children Project, a super secret science experiment designed to create the perfect human. And of course, you had to be white, right? Go figure. So from the jump, this guy was literally bred to be superior. Imagine being told as a kid, you're genetically perfect. That's like giving a narcissist a cheat code before puberty. But what's interesting about this is because everyone in the program was a Wesker, but the only thing was different was the first name, and that was Albert. Wesker quickly climbed the Umbrella ranks, charming, intelligent, ambitious, but beneath the lab coat and the shades, he was just a man who believed weakness was a disease. When Umbrella's corruption became too much, Wesker betrayed him, and then he betrayed everyone else. Because when you think you're destined to be a god, loyalty isn't exactly high on your to-do list. And that's when things got spicy. The virus that killed most people made him stronger, faster, smarter. His mind, proof that evolution had chosen him. In reality, just another case of a man overcompensating for childhood trauma. And this virus we're talking about is the T virus. Unlike the other viruses that just turns people into monsters and zombies, this one was very selective. And it chose Wesker. He is a perfect being. So that even inflated his ego 10 times over. Because now he is literally the chosen one. But let's break down the man behind the mutation. Wesker exhibits habits of narcissistic and antisocial traits. He sees people as tools, not individuals. He believes emotions are equal to weaknesses. He seeks control in every environment. But dig a little deeper and you'll find the real wound. A fear of inadequacy. A fear of inadequacy. I hate that word. Even though he was engineered to be perfect, that label was a trap for him. Because he always had to live up to that, to be perfect. He could never fail, never be vulnerable, never be truly human. That kind of pressure turns people cold. So he rewrote his story. If perfection wasn't something he could maintain as a man, the next best step is to become a god. This is classic narcissistic compensation. The bigger the ego, the deeper the insecurity. Wesker's god complex is just arrogance. It's armor, honestly. He hides fear behind superiority, loneliness behind control, and loss behind power. If Wesker had a therapist who somehow survived the first session, God rest that person's soul, they'd probably say he's got a dismissive, avoidant attachment style. People with that type of attachment style tend to push everyone away before they become too close. It protects them from being emotionally abused and but it also acts as you don't ever really get to know anyone more than on the surface level. But he pushes everyone away and he masks it as, arrogance. It's like, God doesn't need anybody. You need me more than I need you.
I don't need anyone else.
Relationships require vulnerability. And vulnerability is not in Albert Wesker's vocabulary, let me tell you that. Now, zodiac-wise, Wesker screams Capricorn energy. He's ambitious, calculated, emotionally detached, allergic to failure, and he wants to be the boss. He wants to be the one in control. He knows better than everyone else. He's basically what happens when a Capricorn reads a book about how to save the world and thinks, a deadly virus is the only way to do it. That's basically what Albert Wesker is. Now, what makes Wesker so fascinating isn't his power. It's how human his flaws are, actually. We all fear weaknesses. We all crave control in a world that constantly proves we have none. Wesker just took that fear and dialed it up to 11, 12 even. He's a reminder that the pursuit of perfection is actually just a self-destruct button disguised as ambition. In the end, the virus didn't make him a god. It exposed his humanity. Because for all his strength, Albert Wesker couldn't conquer the one thing he hated the most, his own insecurity. And, as a human race, we need to be controlled. Let me say that again. As a human race, we need to have someone in charge. That's why there's religion. That's why there's a government. That's why there is cults. That's why there is a lot of things. Because without a leader, without an alpha, without something that's bigger than us, humans will just don't know what to do. There'll be chaos. It would just be anarchy. It wouldn't be good. And so that's why we as a human race, we always need someone to be in control because harmony is impossible without a leader in the human race. We're like pack, I wouldn't say creatures, but we're like pack beings. Like dogs, there has to be, not wolves. There has to be an alpha. And like in the human race, there has to be someone in charge.
Now, would Albert Wesker make a good partner? Well, he did have a love interest and was able to have a child, which I'm sure he didn't raise. But no, I don't think. This is what I think. In the beginning, things will be great. Love at first sight, whatever. He will be obsessed with you. He will love you. But a person like Albert Wesker, his personality, work always comes first, and you will always be second. It's power, control, and the love of the game will always be first. You will always be second place, and even third place if it comes down to it. So maybe in the first few months, you may be in the first place, but after that, you're into the back. So I think in the long run, he would not be a perfect partner because he's a narcissist, and the only person he can truly ever love is himself. And so if you're in danger and if it's you or him, he's always going to choose him. But in the sack, I think he's going to be boring. The reason why I said that is because he is so obsessed with control and so obsessed with being perfect that he will want to have like the perfect sexual experience, the perfect sex in bed, which is, to me, it's not very fun or entertaining. It just kind of feels like work. So I feel like with him, reproduction and having sex is like, it's just work, It's just like, it's Yeah, it's not fun. It's not like exciting. Probably, but it's just feel like it's just something you have to do with the person that you left. So I don't think he will make a good partner or that very fun in bed. But maybe that super strength and speed may come in handy with some positions, if you know what I'm saying. But yeah, that's my take on that.
And so with that being said, next time you see someone wearing sunglasses indoors and acting superior, maybe check their briefcase for some syringes, because it might be some bad news. If you enjoyed this breakdown of gaming's most crazy enhanced narcissist, let me know in the comments. I appreciate that. And let me know what's the next horror person you want me to psychoanalyze, because we're in the spirits of October. That's what we're doing. And so, with that being said, drum roll please. I'm about to reveal some more numbers for y'all to see. Here is the next 4 numbers in the series, and you can get your $25 gift card. You see it. All right. Bam. Hope it's not upside down. All right, so stay tuned for the next video so you can see more numbers. And this has been Cere'bror. And remember, every villain has a story, and every god has a weakness.